Hello, and welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships. And today we're doing something new. If you've been online and if you're following us, I'm sure you observed that there was a buzz about this something new that I'm talking about. And you will find out what it is really soon. But I'll just say My name is Anietie Bature, and with me today is my husband and co-host
Kingsley Bature. All right. Yes, that's me. That's me right there in the shot. In case you have been online and then you notice that we just gave you banner. We just wanted you to be enjoying the banner. You know that in this part where we are, technical difficulties happen once in a while. So this one happened the moment we press go live. so if you can hear us and you can hear our sound, please type 111 in the chat box. Type 111 in the chat box. I can see a number of you are online already and waiting. Afro Ibritamelo. I say I can't wait for this amazing show tonight. I believe the OLISEKODIAKAS has something for us. Yes. Rejoice Talks said, I'm so expectant, I guess. I know that today's show will be great. Can't wait. Queen Debbie says, good evening, Daddy KB and Mommy KB. Queen Debbie. Ephraim Egger says, this show has been very enlightening. I can't wait for tonight's revelation. Queen Debbie. Yes, so that means everyone can hear us. Everyone can hear us. Thank you. So wherever you're watching from, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, where else? We are everywhere. So wherever you're watching us from, wherever digital space you're watching us from, and whatever physical space you are watching us from, those of you that follow us from UAE, from Canada, from the UK, from Ikorekpene, and from Ikiru. Yes. So we haven't. we still take time to just say thank you for watching us. Like my wife said, today is something new. There's something huge. Something huge is coming.
Yes. So are we going to have a trailer for it, or should I just go ahead and announce it?
There's something huge.
Yes.
You want me to? If you want me to?
No. I'll announce it. Okay. So where's my camera? So. This time around, we brought you sisterhood, we brought you man cave. Now we're bringing something new. I know people said, hey, man cave is for men, sisterhood is for ladies. And you people seem to address the younger demography. How about people who are married, more mature couples and so on? This is the answer to that request. We are bringing you 21 and counting. And this is our maiden episode. So you are welcome to 21 and counting. On 21 and counting, we'll be interviewing veterans in the marriage industry. Is there something like that?
See, not only are they veterans, not only are they veterans, it is that their marriage has reached to marry. Do you understand? So our own marriage is still a teenager.
Yes,
he's a young.
He's in secondary school.
He's senior.
He's about to graduate.
No, he's about to graduate now. He's a senior secondary school. We have done well for ourselves. Yes. So our marriage is in senior secondary school, but their marriage has reached to marry. So they are not childs in this matter. So that's why we say it's a legendary something. So we'll be bringing those kinds of people.
Yes.
We'll be bringing them to speak their mind, tell their stories, and just I put it this way. We are in the class where we are both teacher and students. And so while even though we are anchoring the show, while they are talking, some of us are taking notes. Don't worry, I have my notepad with me here. So please, if you are wise like me, because I know I'm a wise guy, I know I'm sharp like that. So if you are wise like me, please carry pen and paper, because this is experience that you can't buy in the market.
Yes. Okay. So I am going to go straight into introducing our guests for today, and they are the OLISEKODIAKAS. Please, let's give them a round of applause. Let's see the applause online. Do your fire emojis, do the claps, do whatever you want to that can indicate that you are excited about receiving our guests on the show today. We are so happy that they are with us, and we do not take it for granted at all. So I'm sure my husband would like to give a little history, take us down memory lane. How you met.
Okay, if that history, I don't even know where to start from that, because that history goes back. So
it goes back to back.
because it's history, man. History goes back. But I've known. I actually call them Prof and Auntie Shade, because I have learned from them. If I want to read their CV, we will need another episode, because two of them CV is long enough for one episode. Do you understand? Each episode, their CV is an episode. So, but instead of doing that, I'll just say there are two people that I have had the opportunity of working with, and even looking at and learning from. Because you see most times when you see people of substance, or people that know their worth, a lot of times you feel like, this, if I know something, I have to flaunt it. But you find like Prof, I would say about Prof, he's like power under control. As in, do you understand? He's packed full. He has so much, but if you see him, he seems like he's as if he can't hurt a fly. He seems like he can't hurt a fly. But Prof is, these are people that are mature. Auntie Shade she's very solid in terms of her character, in terms of her personality, in terms of her depth. And I'm not even going to her professional profile. That one, just go and check. You know their names. Their name is very botanical. So if you put it on LinkedIn, the chances that you will find 5 people with that name is very few. So if you want to see their just put it on LinkedIn. You will see their profiles. But it is my privilege to welcome Prof and Auntie Shade to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
us. Such a privilege. Thanks.
Yes.
And we would say that this is a very beautiful establishment here. Well done.
Yay,
Thank you.
so
Very
much.
impressive.
Thank you.
Glad to be in the media edition.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, all right. So let's do this. So everybody, are you set? We're about to start rolling the questions. And if you have any question that you're like, Mrs. Bature, you have not yet asked this one, feel free to type it and we will ask it. Okay? So we usually say we keep it real. And
Yes.
I know that I don't. Yes.
They're
Okay.
they're very real.
So, okay, I'll start with the first one. And we would like to know, so that we can help everybody. How did your journey begin? So, starting out, how did you meet? Where did you meet? What led to what? For you to now get to the point where you were in a relationship leading towards marriage.
Thank you very much.
But before she even answers, let me adjust that question. Now, I always like to favor my single guys. And I like to favor my single guys. So let me adjust that question. Their journey, but pay close attention to how did you know that she's the one?
All right. So I go first. Oh my goodness. All right. Nice to be here to all the viewers online. How did we meet? Actually, we met, I think in 92. That's a long time ago.
92.
Yes, that's a long time ago.
Basically, it was during the National Youth Service Corps.
Oh,
So we happened to
NYSC, okay.
NYSC, yes. We happened to get posted to the same state, although we weren't in the same year. So he had already served, and I was just coming into service, and it so happened that he was very, very active in NCCF. It's a
Nigerian Christian Corpus Fellowship. Yes.
Was it Papa? No, we used to call it Papa
musical
then.
director.
Wow.
The musical director. So they came to the camp, I guess, at that particular time to actually, welcome the incoming, corpus.
Yeah.
And he was kind of organizing the choir, and I also happened to be in the choir. So that's where it all began.
Okay.
How did we know that he is the one? I think we should zero in on that.
Yes.
Well, I would say that from my own point of view, I didn't have going into service the inkling for marriage. I was a bookworm. Okay? So when you say I knew this one means you must have been searching. So I wasn't really searching.
You're just facing Akada.
I was just facing Akada, and I was facing the work of God, the excitement of this is new. So I get to go to do evangelism, I get to do this, I get to do that. But I know that this gentleman will come around, organize the choir, and I see that he's very serious. His own seriousness about this Christendom is on another level. It's different from my own, you know, because I came from a very, kind of laid back. I'm a Christian, but laid back. But this was a rugged. And he seemed to know what he wants, and he's authentic about it. And he also, kind of loves God. I can see that. I mean, you know someone who is not really just moving with the act. So when he now came, of course, he was the one that proposed. I was like, wow, this is new. But then I had to give it a thought, and here we had to do.
Yay! And this is how many years?
93?
No, 97. I'm already 97.
No, 93. Propose 93.
Yeah.
Marriage is 97.
Yeah, sure.
Those of you that can press calculator, be pressing it.
Let's know that.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
So they met in 92.
93.
Okay, they met in 93.
No, we met in 1992.
Met in 92. Proposed in 93.
That's 1 year.
That's 1 year. So in 1 year, he already knew what he wrote.
Yes, sir.
So all those guys that are telling us
3 years.
this is 3 years. What the one that said 7? The one that said is yes, they've been going out for 7 years. I had to ask whether it was degree that they are studying. So 7. So in 1 year,
That's first degree and masters.
and masters. In 1 year. So in 1 year, he knew what he was looking for. He proposed 93. From 93 to 97, right? They got married. So took like 4 years. From 97
till today.
till today. How many children?
We have 3.
3 children.
Biological,
What's the arrangement? The arrangement.
They are girls.
Okay.
We have a 24, a 23.
She's a geologist already.
Wow.
Then we have a 16.
Wow.
So you said she's
That's
a
like adult geologist.
she's a
Wow.
geologist already.
That's amazing.
So when I say that their marriage has reached to marry,
Yes.
I'm not.
Wow. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Right.
So now we know that you were minding your business and somebody came along and there was a proposal and you thought about it and you said yes. So we would like to hear from your side, sir. What happens? Was it a case of as you were passing, you heard a voice? Or was it a case of you saw her and then you just thought of a rose flower blooming?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mariah, for those insights. Let me say that it would be nice to have some assumptions.
okay,
In this discussion.
okay.
It would be nice to have some assumptions.
You see, he's a prof, so yes, he's already setting the stage.
Yes.
So let's assume.
I'm aware that not everybody on the call or watching is a Christian.
Yes.
But my perspective will reflect a Christian perspective.
Okay.
Not just a Christian perspective. It's going to be a kingdom perspective and it's going to be transformational.
Okay. Alright.
Carry go.
Hashtag transformation.
Yeah. So and really maybe for a point to begin, I'll invite you if you have not yet inclined in the kingdom way. You know, kingdom has principles, rules that guides it. So that why I'm saying so is because I had to pray. So you see, it was clear. I was a postgraduate student at the University of Ibadan. I had completed my youth service. So there we were battling with a lot of national crisis at the Abiola time and all the rest. Yeah.
So this national crisis, maybe today start.
No.
Okay, so I'm just saying it just for all those
all the people,
all those young men that say, oh, you didn't have this kind of problem.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Bam. Bam.
So in the midst of it, I thought, well, I began having these strong impressions that, well, I may not really be married today, but it's fair enough to begin a move for a good relationship and all that. Were there other sisters? Well, there were, of course. You sing. I play the guitars, I play the keyboards, and I sing as well. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, but I really did pray, and I took out time. And see, my prayer is simple.
The prayer is simple. Please pay attention.
It's a simple prayer.
Very simple prayer. Lord, you know me more than I know myself. So show me where.
Wow.
So that's simple.
Very simple. Lord, you know me more than I know myself. Show me.
We weren't like, I said we. We weren't like many young men of today that writes a lot of things down. That's why I said Christian kingdom first. We walked in implicit trust. Lord, you know me, because we were schooled in scriptures. So he said, I know my thoughts about you. I think it's Jeremiah 29.
Yes.
I know my thoughts about you, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a hope and an expected end. And I knew that I was human. I can't see tomorrow. You can't see tomorrow. Nobody can. So I knew that my best shot was to go to the one that saw tomorrow.
Wow.
See, I don't know my tomorrow, but you know. So I need a joyride.
Wow.
I need a joyride for tomorrow. So lead me to somebody I can ride with for tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and I remember standing between those well manicured flowers of the College of Medicine at the University College Hospital, and in the cool of an evening, I was just saying, Lord, it was simple as that. So then I go to Abiyokuta, which had these people's home youth corpus thing and all that, and I was talking with my friend who is a professor of physics and electronics in FUTA now, Matthew Kolo, Dr. Kolo, and suddenly she walks past.
That name sounds very familiar.
Yes, now.
Is it in FUTA?
In Fruit Mina.
Fruit Mina, yes. That's
Are you serious? Interesting.
So Matthew was with me, and then she passes by, and then I just had this feeling. I said, that's your wife.
Wow.
I'm not sure she's ever had it.
Wow.
But guess what? The stage wasn't set there. I was already prepared. I could hear, and I wasn't beclouded. So when the signal, and that's what I tell young men, you've got to work with implicit trust.
So I have to take back something you said.
Okay.
You know, he says he wasn't beclouded. Beclouded.
No.
A lot of young men and young women today are clouded.
Yeah.
We can agree that they are clouded. In fact, even if they didn't want to be, social media is a cloud.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
It's a cloud.
Social media is a cloud.
Yeah.
Pressures of life is a cloud. And the economic, social status
Absolutely.
is
Absolutely.
because 9 out of 10 guys that you ask now, a number of them you ask, they are beclouded. You ask, okay, why are you not married? Are you going to marry? Yes, now I will marry, but why are you not married? Man, I never get money. Okay, you never get money for waiting. What, as in, you don't have money for what? As in, what's the thing that is the main issue?
Guess what? I was a full-time postgraduate student. Yes.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of national crisis. I was a full-time postgraduate student.
So it's not as if
So it's not like you were exactly.
It's not as if
It's not like
stockpiled all the funds.
Exactly. Exactly. So let me just quickly move on to Auntie Shadi. When you knew the state of his, I believe at some point there was a disclosure, or at least some kind of, this is where I am at, financially speaking. Was that a problem? Was that an issue? Were you saying, hey, you need to have your own house, your own car, your own everything first before you now approach me?
So you are talking to somebody who is so naive. Maybe that helped me anyway. Because I didn't have that.
Your eyes never tear, reach back.
Oh my goodness. I didn't really, well, I knew at some point in time I was going to get married. I was just going with the flow. Like I told you, it was just a case of, okay, what comes today? Only for him to come.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I respected the fact that he came and he defined the relationship right from the beginning.
Wow.
There was no ambiguity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about marriage and I'm thinking it is you and I want you to think seriously about it and please let me know what you think.
Wow.
So that was
Really?
and I've
That was it.
never,
I think that's what I said.
I can remember that day.
Yes.
I have never had this kind of blunt talk before, and maybe that's one of the things I also appreciate. I want that bluntness. Don't you know?
Exactly. Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. So I was taken aback, really. When you talked about finance wasn't an issue. Well, I had a little bit of money.
So take note, ladies.
She was serving.
I was serving, and I had, well, our background is another thing. I think at some point we're going to talk about it. So my background was I have my father, I have my mother. So of course the support is there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but finance really wasn't an issue because what do you really need money for at that particular time? What did you really need money for? But you see what I saw, and thank God for discernment, thank God for ability to be able to see the way God sees. Okay? I saw a gentleman who is, you know, who is ambitious, who has potential, who is not lazy, and who seems to, you know, focus and achieves that focus. And I think that was good for me. But another thing I would talk about is that he actually schooled me. Remember the book? Because I told you I didn't know anything about relationships.
Yes, I remember.
He gave you a book.
So he gave me a book. I can remember the name of the book. In fact, I was telling him, he said, you still remember? I said, I remember. It's called I Married You, by Walter Trosh.
Wow.
Walter Trosh, I married you.
And then he gave me that book to read, and then I started reading just to get myself on the same page. What is this relationship?
That's intentional gap closure.
Thank you.
Let's be on the same page.
Thank you.
Wow.
So he mentioned something about transformational. You have to, you know. So he made me know that there's a project. It's almost as if telling you that there's a project that we have to go into and we want to go into it together. So it's almost as if there's work to be done.
Yes, there's a purpose
There's a
for the
purpose.
union. It's not just come and be playing.
So it's not. That's.
That's those.
Wow.
You know? So he mentioned that. So in that book, they actually address something like that, which, you know, actually describe a relationship, the form of triangle, with God at the apex, and then you at A and B. You and your partner at A and B. And it was just trying to say, whatever it is, always meets at the top. Always meets at the top. Always meets at the top. So one way or the other, when it comes to finances, I guess meeting at the top always has a way of clarifying things and giving you, you know, kind of peace. Just calm down, you know. So I guess that's it.
Wow.
That's beautiful. I guess when you know that God is your source anyway. Some of these things are not so, but when you are trusting in the arm, like they say, in the arm of flesh, you're depending strictly on human capacity. then you'll be looking for certain metrics. Is this there? Is this there to give you some kind of guarantee? But really, like you said, Prof, you don't know the future.
So case in point, really, there are no guarantees. There are no guarantees. So you have to work with that in mind, that there's a process. There are no guarantees. So if you say that you are here today and you want to know it all before you take a step, you are not going to do
You
anything.
may wait forever.
Yeah.
So very true. I think part of the advantage people like us had was that we knew a little bit about. That's why I said my assumptions has to be in place. You have to have certain assumptions or grounds that you're working. You've got to understand the primary purpose of marriage. For me, I've always known that marriage is an invitation to partner with God and continue His work of creation. That's it. It's a partnership. God only made Adam and Eve. But then He sets up the marriage as, come and join me to continue creation. Come and join me to continue multiplication. So if you come from that perspective, then you look beyond your limits, your immediate limits, financial limits. Of course, there must be plan. Your finances play a role. Of course, we know that.
Yes.
But then, if you are entering into a partnership, the first thing that occurs in your mind is not money. You want to build relationship. You understand?
Yeah.
You want to build relationship. You want to accept responsibility. You want to accept responsibility. There must be the willingness to shift your paradigm or your thought pattern from just the normal gallivanting.
Yeah.
You understand? To say, I want to partner with God. He's inviting me to continue the work of creation and to make the world a better place. So with that perspective, you look beyond finances.
All right. Thank you so much, Prof. Shadi. That was just really insightful, and it's just something to think about, the simplicity of the prayer and the part where you're intentionally closing the gap to make sure that you both were on the same page, going forward. That was really, really good. So I want to ask now, with the good foundation that was laid, and then the wedding happened, and life begun, how did you have any serious challenge? I mean, on this journey so far, since 21 and counting, did you have any serious challenge, or what's the most difficult or most challenging issue you've had to face as a couple, and how did you walk through it?
So the first one that I would talk about is actually the fact that we have different backgrounds. He is Delta Igbo. I am Yoruba to the core.
Yoruba to the core.
And of course, my father was very sentimental about
the collaboration.
And if you are somebody who really respects the opinion of your parents, it's going to be an issue. So it was a challenge for me when my father would say, "Are you sure to go all the way to that place and all that?" So the relationship itself got that challenge in the first place. And I seriously considered, kind of backing down, just listen to daddy, listen to mommy and everything. But at the same time, I made up my mind that, we talked about it. There was a lot of talking about it. I won't abscond my family. I'll wait until they came around. Maybe that's the reason for that length of time.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, the point.
So I had to wait for them to come around. So that's the way I tackled that. Wait for them to come around. When they see him for themselves, and they see the substance that he represents, they may begin to now give you, in fact, direction on how best to do it and bless you. And that's the way I choose to go.
Wow.
So that's the first. Coming into the marriage, of course, there have been a lot of small challenges, I would say. And I would say that one of the chief challenge is communication.
Communication.
You can understand from different background. The way you talk, the way you address some things, the way I feel, are you really listening to me? Kind of a thing is a challenge. And if you don't handle things like that very well, it can be very upsetting in any relationship. So communication was one of the challenges. And of course, we talked about finance. Finance is also a challenge. I would not say, it's a challenge. Because when you have a lot of things that you have plans to do, and then you are not able to make. Case in point, when we lived in marriage, in fact, by that particular time, we already had 2 children, very little. And we didn't have money for the next accommodation because the landlord had already said, I've sold my property. Please, we want to use, that kind of a thing.
We know that one.
Money. So you need money. And yet you don't have the money for the next to go and buy, you have to pay more than the next one. Yeah. So that was also a challenge. So that's where finance came in. But it's interesting how God came through for us. Very, very interesting. Do you want me to tell the story?
Yes.
Please let me tell the story. One or two people can learn from this. So like we said, when we got into the accommodation, very young, maybe I didn't have any child then. We learned that people who lived in that place actually moved from that place to their own home. So we prayed. We usually enjoy our presence with God. We prayed and said, Father, we learned that these people actually left, which we would like something like that too. But guess what? He was doing his PhD, right? He was doing his PhD and working in a therapeutic company. And then I was just a low worker in one bank, So was it really? Yeah. So where will you get the kind of money that you are talking about building a house? But then, one way or the other, we held God for it. So fast forward to when they now said, please, you have to excuse us, we need our apartment. We went back to God. We said, well, how can we do this? He said, don't worry, that place that we already got a land, by the way. We got a land and it was just, you people who know about building, when you have put blocks together, just there. So don't worry, we'll fast track getting this. I said, this money, can't we just go and use it to buy 2-year rent? He said, what we told God, and we agreed with God, is that we are moving from here
to our own house.
And then immediately started building. Of course, we pumped all the resources and savings and everything into it. And guess what? We could only go that far. It wasn't enough. And then I still kept some money because I'm the one that has the baby. I kept a little money and said, okay, so this is the little money that I have left. Let us go and now use it to rent. You can see.
That this is not finishing.
He said, remember what we agreed with God. He carried the money again, popped it into that. Hey! And then he said, don't worry, we just set aside one small cash portion. We don't have to do everything, just a small portion and everything, and we'll be fine. But then by the time we put the money, it was nowhere to be found. It was nothing. But then, as God will have it, we got a new job. And by the time we got to the new job, just 3 weeks to the time of expiration of our, can stay here for only this long. We got the job. And the job was able to finish the house under 3 weeks. In fact, not even the salary. It's just like, okay, they call you, okay, welcome into the establishment. You have a per diem of this amount of money, and you have a relocation allowance of this amount of money, and you have a vacation for this amount of money, and it's about this amount. How do you want it?
Hey, Father, Lord, how do you want it, miracle? This is not the open crusade. Father, the miracle. How do you want it, miracle?
So bottom line, we got to look at this. Daddy, what do you want us to do? Look at it. That's what you need. So we finished that house with taste.
With taste.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
So So if God has shown himself to you, that
Wow.
what are you?
Magavadaya. Wait. See, there's something that's been tricking me. If you are not getting, see, all of you online, please just. Somebody has said in the comment section that today people are very quiet too. I say yes, this kind of one, it requires quietness of a different level because it is experience that we are gleaning here, right? Not too much talk, but if your questions, please, if you have your questions, you can drop it in the comment section. There's something she said that I think plenty of people missed. She said, we got a job. Who is we? She didn't say
I got
a job or he got a job. She said we got a job. Can you elaborate, elucidate, expatiate, and do you understand? So there's something there when she said we got a job. It was like either my job or his job is our job.
Yes. So that's the case of my money plus your money. All of them is our money. There's no my money is my money. And then your money is our money. It's one pot.
Right? And I said that with intentionality.
That means I didn't miss it.
No, you didn't miss it. Because I mean, it's a journey that I remember when I was praying for that job. I mean, he would always be there, agreeing that it's a good thing, you can get it, and all that and all that. I remember when he said that Shadi doesn't get this job. I don't think I would like it, God.
Yes.
We got the job because I mean we were
in it together.
We were in it together, and he was very, very supportive of that. So I mean, it's a done deal.
Yes. Wow, that is beautiful.
Can I add?
Yes, you can add.
I think that in this whole journey, it's not as if there aren't struggles, you know. Because there are when you talked about challenges. Again, growing up as a Christian, we were told from the outset that there is no temptation that has come to you such as it's not common to man. It's a common problem.
So it's a common problem. It's not you don't have there's nobody that is having private problem.
Stop behaving as if commonize it. When you commonize your problem, God is faithful. He will respond and give you a way.
So in other words, not only you are
not only you the face. There's not that's it. Yeah, you see, that's why we say magnify the Lord. Magnify the Lord means make him larger than whatever you are doing. So in any case, so no problem.
I'm Sunday school. Guys, Sunday school.
I knew that life was filled with challenges. I don't know. Many of you who are watching, you attend one church, you are here, you are there, and they are teaching you something. Listen, life on earth is filled with challenges. They are going to come. But if you're properly prepared, you'll handle them. So when it came to this building, it became clear to us that you cannot get a company to build a house. There has to be a degree of involvement. That is supervision. You've got to know where to sell the blocks. You've got to know where to sell the cement. I actually traveled to Djibouti to buy the wood myself.
Wow.
And I put it in the truck and brought it back home. In short, the day I went to Relay to buy the tiles was the day Liverpool was playing Bayern Munich.
You never work alone, people. You never work alone, people in the studio.
Many years back. That's just many years, over 20 years. About 18 years ago. So I knew because I never watched that match, and we offloaded the tire into the new building about 10:30 p.m. So you see, and the issue is, many of you think you wait forever. You're making phone calls. You know, where are you? Where is this? No. You're a man. You get involved.
Say it again, Prof. Say it again. Say it again. You are a man. You get involved.
Take charge.
Get involved. Yeah.
Like
I actually bought, and you know what? And I'm going to say this with all respect. From that single experience, the Lord has blessed us with minimum.
Wow.
We don't even live there. We don't even live there.
Get involved.
Man.
Hashtag get involved. You are a man.
Get involved.
See, that's as in this. So it's like 21 and counting. Actually, is a journey of stories, right? But it's speaking to both men. I'm being an advocate for men. When people are talking, I'm just hearing the things from men. Guys, I hope you are listening. AKA hashtag get involved. You are a man. Take charge. You know, in one of our sessions when we did Man Cave, we said something about men, which is the fact that a lot of men these days actually cannot talk to women. They cannot engage women because they feel, okay, maybe this particular lady is a high profile lady and I am not earning so much, and because of that they can't engage the lady in a conversation. You can't even just hold the conversation. But I'm not saying you are going to go and marry her. Just engage. So, but men will rather look for ladies that they can, so they can go like this. Yeah, so that's showing my masculinity or my dominiorism, you know, because, but you are a man. If this is what you want, get involved, take charge, do the work. Roll up your sleeves.
Kingsley, let me. I think part of the thing is a lot of young men don't get to grasp the reason for relationships and marriage.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
You marry for companionship. You marry to protect.
Yes.
You marry to provide. You marry to provide spiritual direction. So if you focus only on money, you will miss the other critical element. You miss the other critical element. So you need to protect. You need to provide spiritual direction.
Yes.
You need to be the determinant of the spiritual climate of
In
your home.
Yeah. Isn't that what those ladies were last week? Part of what ladies were complaining about was that some men have
thrown away that
responsibility. Like women take it, you people are spiritual.
They say if the woman is more spiritual, she should have the spirituality of the home.
Yeah, she should be in charge.
She should be in charge. So even if the woman is more spiritual than you, you are still in charge.
You've got to be in charge. You've got to give the direction. To be honest, and this is not marsupialism and everything. If my spiritual clock is low and I think that I'm not where I should be, I got to fire up.
You have to upscale.
I've got to upscale. I read. Come on.
Rather than saying,
I've got to read. I've got to pray. And I will wake up. What do you mean?
So instead of saying that she is more spiritual than me,
and she is very spiritual. That's my problem. I've got to be on my toes. That's what I'm telling you. You got to.
So that's
my job, man.
So if she's more spiritual than you upscale. Level up. Yes, wow, guys, what are they here? Sorry, I'm just pointing to that. It's 21 and talking about. I can't get away from speaking to guys. Guys, please, what are they here? What? So even if she's more spiritual, you have to you have to upscale. You have to level up. You have to level up.
You have to level up.
And you have to still be in charge. And you are not in charge by domineering over her. No. You are in charge by leveling up.
Give freshness to the table.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yes. To the table.
Yes.
When you sit down in your living room with your children or with everybody, they'll talk to you and say, "Daddy, any word for us?"
Hi.
You can't be saying Jesus was, Jesus is, and Jesus is coming, and Jesus is going.
I know.
This is what God is saying.
I know.
At this time.
Let everybody get on board.
I'm very key what you're saying. So guys, before you want to take on the title of I am the head of the house,
just know
that the head has the eyes.
Of course.
So it means that you have to see. You have to be able to see for your family.
Visionary.
You have to vision for your family. You have to see because the head has the eyes. So if your children are saying, "What are we going to do?" Kiniko, and you say, oh, your mother is more spiritual, go on.
We need a review.
That's an abdication.
We need a review.
Okay, I think we have to take a quick break, very quick one, and then we'll come right back because I mean.
Maybe take questions if there are.
Yes. We have some more. Okay.
Dive into the world of limitless possibilities with Broken Walls Media, the one-stop destination for unparalleled media and broadcasting excellence. Immerse your audience in captivating live experiences that breaks down walls and forge unforgettable connections. Our seasoned team ensures every moment is a masterpiece from concept to execution. Step into our state-of-the-art podcast studio where innovation meets sound. Craft your narrative with top-notch equipment and acoustics, turning every word into a symphony of ideas. Your story amplified. Elevate your productions with our cutting-edge equipment. From cameras to lighting, we provide the tools to turn your vision into a reality. Quality is our commitment. Success is our guarantee. Welcome to Broken Walls Media.
Okay. Welcome back.
It be.
So, welcome back. And I'm sure you're gaining so much from this, and I would like to encourage you to share so that it's not only you that is gaining. Bring your people on board as well, especially if there's somebody that you are having plans to talk to, and you know that they may not understand all of these things. Please go ahead and share with them so that you can be on the same page. I'm sure you learned that already from our guests. Okay, so if you haven't yet subscribed, we also encourage you to do so. And as you hear something good, go ahead and just like, okay? And also, we will take questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and write them down. We still have some here, but if you have any, go ahead and write them down.
And some people requested for the link. I've been informed that the link has been posted on the different platforms. So if you want to call in, if you'd like to call in, please check whatever platform you are on. Facebook, it's on Anietie Bature page, is on Broken Wall Media page. On YouTube, just check the link in the comments in the live chat section.
Okay.
You would see the link here.
All right. So while we're waiting for your questions, I'll take the next one, which is, these days we hear that within the first 2 years it's really difficult, maybe the love, the affection, all of that excitement will fade at some point. And some people think after that, you people are basically brother and sister, you just manage yourself for the rest of your lives. But when you are a young couple and you seem to be getting it right, you may get that response of, not just they come.
So true.
So we want to find out from you. I mean, having come this far, what do you have to say about how the years affect the relationship? How do you keep it alive? How do you keep it interesting? Do you just forget about having an enjoyable marriage later on and settle to whatever it turns out to be? What would you say to that?
Yeah.
Okay, so your relationship is in stages, really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And
Very true. Very
every
true.
stage have their own, the way in which it will involve you as a person. Okay, before you start having children. By the way, challenge of childbearing is another thing. You have that, and then when you have your children, and then after. But one of the things I always keep saying is that you owe it to yourself, because you are the couple. If everything is good with you, the children, the household will be okay. So why don't you keep going back to that thing that made your relationship beautiful? keep going back there, because I know that we enjoyed, at least going out from time to time. We go to the seafront, waterfront, all those. They are little things, but they are quality time that you are able to spend together. If you are that kind of a person who enjoys going out, going for dinners, do it.
I enjoy it, but see, but hustle, the hustle is real. I'm speaking for all men. Guys, the hustle is real, so we will not have time to do that. How do you make it work?
The hustle is real. The woman is also real.
Hey! That's good.
Now depends on what value you want to place.
The hustle is real. The woman is also real. I like that one.
What is the value I place on my husband? Do I really want him to be happy? Do I want him to be excited? Do I want him to be bored? So you look at that and then make your priorities. So please keep going back to all those things that made you talk on the phone for because there were times when you talked for 2 hours. IITT, they knew it.
We knew.
It was IITT doing that. Marital, they knew it.
Yes.
So what is it that made you talk about it, talk to yourself for so long without even knowing?
Yeah.
So that you just remain ever fresh. So that's just what I'm going to.
We have
That sounds interesting.
we have a caller backstage. So just let me know if our sound guys, can we take the call? Can we take the call now? Yeah. Okay. We have a Daniel Okon. Daniel Okon, you are backstage. Please let us know if you can hear us.
Yes, we can hear you.
Daniel, go ahead. You have 1 minute. 1 minute, please. Oh,
Hello,
Daniel, can you? Okay.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead, Daniel. Just ask your question.
Can you hear me?
Can you close your video?
Hello.
Can you close your video?
We can hear you loud and clear. Just go ahead and ask your question. Okay, it seems he can't hear us.
Put off your video because your connection is slow or something.
Okay, so Daniel, we'll come back to you. Okay, let's get Prof's response on this issue of sustaining the love.
Sustaining
the love, the harmony, the joy, the everything in marriage.
Yes.
As the years go by.
They don't get rusted. There's been so much hammer about this word love. But quite honestly, I can say I love my wife now more than I did when we started. Because love doesn't exist in a vacuum. You have to love something. Yes.
You have to love something.
You have to love something. You have to love something. So, as we go on, like she said, marriage is a journey, different responsibilities. We've passed through different phases. And she's sticking with me. We've gone through health challenges. We go through different stages of career development, pressures of life. And you're together and you're working. So tell me where else to go. Is to stick on and to make it better. That's the only.
So someone like you say, I have something good and I'm going to make sure it remains good. In fact, it gets better with time.
It's only a fool that kills the chicken that lays its golden egg.
Confirm.
It's only if you know that this thing is working. So where else do you want to go? Let's even be real.
So even so you know it's working, but you have challenges. So you're saying even with the challenges,
look, one day, I don't know, maybe I said God spoke to me or something. I had this flash thought. The woman you are admiring is the woman the husband wants to give to.
The woman you are admiring is the woman
The husband
the
wants to
husband also wants to live. In other words, that woman has her
Everybody gets it all for body.
So why don't you stay
and walk your own.
walk your own,
Kai.
make it fun,
Kai.
let it grow. Even as the people who are saying about hustles, and it's real, but you can't hustle more than me. I haven't even worked in Lagos for the last 20 years.
Wow.
Wow.
So see that. So you can't hustle more than me. But as young couples, we will go to the Unilag seafront and just stay. After church, we just have a cool breeze blow over our heads. Meditate, contemplate, forge your way forward. Fight too.
We will talk about fight. We will talk about fight. 1 minute. We have Ephraim backstage, but producer is giving you signal. Though. This.
Okay. Yes.
This.
We have to take permission.
Yes, we have to take permission
for this part because we have to maximize the opportunity
of having Prof and Auntie Shade here. Yes. So we can't stop. We can't stop 1 hour. In fact, 21 and counting. We have to count more than 1 hour because there are many things.
We have to count 1 hour 30 minutes. Prof, is that okay? Can we add?
Yes.
Okay, because there's so much to digest, and if you just leave now, it will be like, hey, we didn't ask this one. No. We didn't hear that one. No.
That's so true.
All right, so let's take Ephraim. Ephraim, you have 1 minute. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening. So there's Prof and Auntie Shade. Please just ask your question. 1 minute.
Okay, I was just going to say that what I feel is that when you get to build a person for a long time, you get to see the path that you want to see. I will explain. It all boils down to being forgiving completely. For example, if your lady wrongs you say one time, if your lady offends you, if you don't forgive her wholly, you'll always be having that doubt that okay, she'll always do this, or if she could do something like this before, she will definitely do this again. So you always keep on seeing her in that light.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So did you get this? Did you get this? Yes. This is about offense, and it's about the fact that if she does it, how can you forgive if how do you move away from that?
Because
exactly.
You have the memory
that she did this
so
before.
she can do it again.
I think I said something about this. I think I'm one of the luckiest persons in the world. Somehow I forget things. I don't forget my academics.
No, you don't.
I remember clinical chemistry or chemical pathology very well. But I forget things. I hear people say, I forgive you, but I will not
forget.
It doesn't, I forget things. Somehow, and you know what? I said again, we're working on certain assumptions. Recently, I learned that there are 4 kinds of wisdom. It's in the book of James. There is worldly wisdom. There is sensual wisdom. There is demonic wisdom. And there is godly wisdom. Yes, somewhere there in the book of James. Now, why am I saying so? A lot of things, a lot of people are just sensual or worldly. And so they are not able to get the true wisdom. If you are following Christ, then you really got to get some wisdom from Christ. All of you who are watching, for instance, how many times a day did Jesus say that somebody should offend you and you will forgive?
That calculation is long. 70 times. 7.
So you see why I told you that it's an invitation from God to join Him to build.
Because you have to adopt his strategy.
You've got to adopt His strategy. You have to have His worldview. God will place a demand on you when He gives you a responsibility on assignment. And you better try to live up to it.
Wow.
God will place a demand on you when He gives you a responsibility or an assignment. There was a show online that says, "What is your advice for such a woman?" But I'm not sure if.
Sheila, please, can you type the full question? Because
Yes.
we want to know the scenario that led to the need for the advice.
Yeah. So okay. And Ephraim says, "Good talk, but yeah, people will always grow into it if they are determined to be together and all."
Fantastic.
Hopefully, you get what I mean.
Fantastic. Because I was talking about love initially.
Yes.
Love is about commitment. You love entity. How do you measure love? Let's even face it. Love is commitment. In reality, and at the risk of being misunderstood, I don't know whether love is actually the basis of marriage.
Hey,
At the risk of being misunderstood.
guys, hear it well. Just listen.
Amos 3:3. Can two work together except they be agreed?
Okay.
So agreement is the basis.
Yeah, of course. Once you have agreed to stay together for a lifetime, you will stay together. Believe me.
Guys, see,
Believe me.
I don't know if my technical guys can rewind. I don't know if they can rewind it and play it back online. But I mean that is just mind blowing.
Agreement is the basis.
So did Adam have time for courtship? But he just saw Eve and loved her, and they stayed together.
Woo!
That's the model. Did Isaac have time to see Rebecca? No, they just brought the woman and brought it to him in the house. But he was determined. Your resolve and determination to see this project and assignment through is a primary indicator and a measure of love.
Okay, so she sent the question. She said that YouTube indicated that the question was too long, but
Okay.
she sent the question. Please just listen. She says, "What should a woman whose husband did not value and express love to her, care, or bother about her emotions, always creating a bad image of her to her friends and family, despite all her sacrifices in the marriage, making her seem and feel she is the worst thing that ever happened to him, but always wanting sex as his conjugal right? What advice do you have for such a woman?" I don't know if you got that.
I got it. So I've always wanted to stay on my lane. So I'm going to full disclosure. We are not married experts. So I believe relationship experts should be able to handle things like that. Okay? And there are people who are seasoned even in the church who will be able to give you advice because that is a serious issue. When it's like a one-sided, kind of affection kind of a thing. And I see Shim's point, if there is a one-sided, what is it that is causing that man to disconnect? What is it that is causing that man to, kind of be stingy on his own affection? There are times when we always think that, okay, the problem is the next person.
Yes.
But what about me? What is it that I do that is aiding and abetting that kind of
Response.
that I am receiving? The other day I always say, whenever you have an issue with somebody, honestly speaking, 99.9 times it's better you just check yourself.
Introspectively.
Check yourself and say, I'm not trying to lay blame.
Yeah, it's already the other person.
Better
That can change
that
the
can
equation.
change the equation. You understand? So that's just what I was. But then I'll recommend when things like that begin to happen, it breeds. It begins to breed some things that will degenerate. So it's better to quickly get help from professionals who are seasoned to do that. But from my own lay point is look inwards as well. Am I helping that situation?
But thank you so much for that fantastic answer. You know I'm a man. And he's talking about a man as well. It can be quite daunting when you face such level of emotional, I wanted to say abuse, but pressure can be quite daunting.
Yes.
But again, you should seek advice. But I've also realized that if you want marriage to work, it's really not a 50-50 contribution.
There are times when you have to give more. In fact, 100.
It's got to be 100.
Everybody bring their all.
See, everybody bring in their all. And again, if you look at marriage, I know all of us want to be appreciated. If you look at marriage as a responsibility that God placed in your hand, you know the Bible says, do all things as unto the Lord. See, that's why I laid that foundation. I said, I'm going to be talking like a kingdom person. You know, Jesus said that with the traditions of men, you have made the word of God
of non-effect.
One of the things, both for male and female, that makes marriage ineffective is tradition.
What are the customs that you practice?
The customs that you practice. So when that customs becloud you, you are not able to assess the kingdom culture. And then you start taking offense. You start being offended. You do this, you do that. So introspectively, for instance, look at yourself. Can I alter this equation? Can I behave in a different way? Maybe I talk a lot and he says I don't talk a lot. I shouldn't talk that much. Can I do I even cast him down by the way I behave? You understand? Because we men tend to react because it may even just a show of frustration. We don't know many background about you.
Yeah, so there are other
educational differences.
Yes.
Financial earning power differences or things like that. But you take a close look. Maybe it's just his way of trying to say, I'm still a man. You know, but take a closer look, and where critical or necessary, you can then get professional advice on that.
All right, I will add that I would talk to Shin. I've told my guys to drop a link on the chat, and that link will also be dropped on the comment section, because we are licensed and qualified practitioners, and we can take on that case out of the studio. So there's a link there. You would see the link. Talk to Coach KGB. It would allow you fill in your questions, fill in your details, and then we will reach out to you one-on-one.
Fantastic. Right. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. This is really interesting. Let's see how we do. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, so let's see. I can see we've taken the comments. The next question that I have to ask here is Victories. Okay, let me. I don't want to conclude because I noticed that I kind of concluded because of how you were speaking. Yeah. But I'll just ask it first before I go to this final question. And the question is, with the different challenges that you have experienced in your many years together, if you could turn back the hands of time and you were offered the option to remain single, because marriage has plenty wahala, what would your choice be? Would you still get married, or would you decide, you know what, I think I will just
let me just waka alone.
I'll get married over and over again.
Wow.
Why? See, see again. Look, 2 is better than 1. One will chase 1,000. 2 will chase 10,000. There's nothing you can do about it. If one person is lying down, all his pillows will be his wife.
Yeah.
Number 2, marriage is honorable in all things. You know, if you're not married, somebody will just put it down. That was not responsible.
Exactly. He's not a
responsible young man.
Marriage is honorable in all things. Don't mind the social media that's saying that marriage is overrated. It's not true. Marriage is sacred. Marriage is honorable in all things. 2 is better than 1. You understand? Because they have a reward for their labor. Maybe that's going to be the next question. Reward for their labor. So you see, you can't replace these universal laws. Don't mind the feminist movement and all that and all the whole complexities that is. See, marriage is designed by God to bring companionship, to bring in short, it is not good for a man to be
In short.
It's not good for a man to be alone. It's not good. And if God says it's not good, then it's not good.
Because he knows better than
He
you.
knows better than you.
He's not your mate. He knows better than you. He's not your mate.
Wow. For a man to be
Wow.
Okay. All right. So I'll come to the last question I have, and then after that, we'll see if we have any additional comments or questions on the chat. Okay. So this final one is let's finish with victories, right? We've talked about the challenges. We've talked about how to sustain love in the relationship, affection, harmony, peace, the togetherness, and the commitment to continue to advance the purpose that God has committed to you, right, in your marriage. So now, what I want to ask you both is some of the success stories, some of the victories that you'd like to say, hey, these are some, you know how somebody like 5-star general, they'll have all these things to show. This, I have this, I have this, I have that. You know, what would you say if someone asks you, give me a reason to consider marriage? Because now that those who say there's no point, it's too stressful. Some people will say, oh,
I have my money. What do I need a man for?
Yes.
So others say, since I married you, things have not been going
Things have not been going well for me. In fact, there's one that I heard this week that just pissed me off. It says, he says that no man can give me what this sex toy gives me. So why do I need to get married?
Yeah, see, very, very fine, a very interesting comment. You know why? The person asking the question does not comprehend what marriage is. He thinks that marriage is sex.
Say it again.
He doesn't comprehend what marriage is. He thinks that marriage equals to sex.
Yeah.
So, in the initial flare when you get married, the fire is still on.
All the butterflies.
There will be responsibilities. Children will come. Bills will come. Health challenges will come. Unseen forces. Do you know you can marry as a full-blooded, healthy man. An industrial accident will lead to an amputation.
That's all.
That's all. It redefines the marriage.
It redefines it.
So that's that comment. Okay, let's talk about some successes.
I just want to just say that maybe we should start emphasizing the parts of our marriage where it's about giving. Giving. There's a giving. And like we said, we are inside the confines of kingdom.
Kingdom.
There's the giving, there's the work that has to be done, there's the assignment, there's the purpose that has to be fulfilled. So when you think about it in terms of that, if you look at it, all those comments that you made, it kind of talks about yourself alone. It's almost selfish. It's not God-centric, and it doesn't have a purpose backing it, so to say. So we are talking about a situation whereby you should be able to define, after you leave this earth, what are the things that you are able to do, and then now puts it in a kind of a check to, if I did this alone, how will it be? Or if I did it with a partner, how will it be? So that's just what I'm going to.
So in other words, it means that the person self doesn't even understand what marriage is.
No, it doesn't have
it has a flawed. Yes, has a flawed assumption.
Or myopic.
Yes, myopic.
Small. The aperture is too small.
Marriage is
Unfortunately, which is part of the reason why 21 and counting is coming. Unfortunately, a gross majority. You need to go to the comment section and see how a lot of people are talking about the fact that so there's those that are saying it's true. Then there are those that are even saying, you have not met me. So if you meet me, you won't need the toy. So it just means that the perception, the concept, the truism of marriage is not out there.
It's not out there.
So what people are responding to are also the things that are coming out on social media that is not working.
Yeah.
So that's why they say marriage is not working, because the ones that are loud are the ones that are not working. But when you hear somebody has been married for 27, 28, 29, 30, you have to ask questions.
Yes,
there must be something that is working.
Yes.
There must be a reason why it's working. I mean, if they are frustrated, would they be there for 20? In fact, my mother said something to me. She said there's an age you get to, and you can't take bullshit. So if the thing is not working at a certain age, we just but there's no reason to. But if they are together and it's gone to this, there's something that they know, which is why which is what 21 and counting is about. We want to know the things that they know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. So
victories.
Victory.
What a joy! What a joy! What a rose! If I talk about myself, I was a young man, all that, struggling with a master's degree, for instance. She was there when I had my PhD. And she was living in Lagos, I was in Bature. She was taking care of us.
wow.
I'm sorry. Sorry, there's something that I don't want you to forget to leave the victories, but maybe there's somewhere in there where you can just say something light for our long distance relationships, because you seem to be able to, because you guys, you've said it before that you are working out of Lagos. She's in Lagos. How are you making it work for some? Because you said almost 20 years you've not been in Lagos. So how are you?
You see, well, the fundamental assumption or the principle that I worked on was the Bature triangle. You meet in Christ, who is the apex of the triangle. Take for instance, being a faithful man. On the day of the wedding, I told myself, there was a principal witness, God. My vow is to him. So whether she is there or not, who am I accountable to?
And he's everywhere you are.
He's everywhere. So being a university lecturer professor, I told God, I said, you see all these works? I see them like trees.
I see men like this. So you decided to adopt the
I see
position
them
of
like
the guy, the blind man after
I
Jesus.
see them as people in need of help. She doesn't need she doesn't need to trail me.
Be tracking your phone.
It doesn't track. My phones
Walk around the house by themselves.
my phone has what handset, but it has a hand too. It has a finger. It has a finger. So if you put a finger, the phone will open. The phone will open. So because you see all this, then I'm coming and when I come around and we are staying and we try to communicate. Thank God for the communication tools that we have these days. You can do videos and all that. But for most men, staying away, they feel like they're staying away from God. So it's an opportunity
To let's just do something sharp. Side chick.
We get side chick. Now let me talk to you. There are faithful men like us who have those side chicks, and we are many.
Hey!
You're not alone.
And we are many. I like that part.
So they shouldn't just follow for social media that all men are scum.
It's just a narrative.
All men are scum.
Just in case they didn't hear
It's
it.
a chicken narrative.
Yes, just in case they
And
didn't
I'm
hear it.
saying this in public view. I'm not hiding it. So if you are proud to say you have a child chick, I'm proud to tell you there are many and men like us, and we don't have any business whatsoever with side chicks.
Correct.
Bam.
And we are many.
And we are many.
We are more than you.
That's beautiful.
We are many.
That's fantastic.
Man.
So then, as I was talking about success, so a young master's degree working on that. She saw me through that PhD.
Wow.
Early career. And here I sit with her as a professor of chemical pathology.
Wow.
It's all in this marriage.
Wow.
So why do you want me to run her?
Wow.
Yeah, she's got her own story. What else can we talk about? Spiritual positioning. She goes a master's degree as well. We all came as first degree holders.
So you can see that both of them are.
Advancement, yes.
Advancement. Advancement. We did struggle with advancement and all that, but it materialized. She's just been to more places in the world than I have. And I love it. She's spiritual. She serves God with fervency. She's brilliant. She's intelligent. And it doesn't scare me. I'm happy. So I'm sure you have some sentences too.
Well, you have said it.
that was the last question. That was the last question. But I mean, it's really been beautiful on the show today. I'm sure so many people. I'm sure you've gotten too much that you can go and think about and start applying to your life and check where can I make adjustments. Maybe you say I'm not married yet, but you are planning to someday get married. You can also check some of your beliefs, some of your ideas, some your ideology about marriage and how it should be done, and see where you need to adjust. I think one key thing that we need to take with us is this issue of looking at it from the aspect of giving and not just receiving, you know. But there's so much that we can't pick just one, right? So please check your notes, like my husband advised earlier. I hope you were taking notes. If you weren't, you have the opportunity to
watch it again.
Yes, watch it again and just see what can I
in fact, there are some parts where you should just pause it, finish writing, do seller, think about it, then continue watching the video.
Yes. So it's been wonderful on show today. Thank you so much, Prof.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We
Fantastic
appreciate it.
audience.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you.
Amen.
And thank you, my dear husband, for joining us today.
What can I do? What can I do?
Get excited. We wish you a happy marriage journey.
Yeah.
It's a fine journey.
Yes.
Man, for me, there's just so much to learn, and and so much to take away. It just highlights the basic need. Not even basic. I think it's a critical need for 21 and counting. There's a critical need to showcase marriages that are working. There's a critical need to show the next generation that God did not make a mistake when he created the institution. Now, the fact that people are getting it wrong does not mean that God has changed his mind. You know, so we just need to highlight this so that we give the younger generation options. So that if you go outside and you see all the things on social media and say, oh, marriage is not working, you would also look this way and you see all the marriages that are working, and then you can make a choice.
Fantastic. That's beautiful. And on that note, I'd like to remind everybody, like we always say, remember, common sense
is not so common.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Sorry we couldn't take some of the comments, but they were just comments about how great the show was and all of that. But see you next time.
Yes.
Are we off?
Thank you once again for joining us. We hope you got great value today. Our goal is to bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your life and relationships. Please do not forget to subscribe, share, and like.